What's going on, YouTube? It's okmall. I'm back again covering another devlog for Stoneshard, and today, super exciting, it's gonna be the Arcanist. We finally get to figure out what the Arcanist skill tree has in store for us, and no more just wondering about what it is. We're gonna figure it out together. Now, I did not cover this, did not read it, nothing. I just happened to see it as I was closing up work today, and pleasantly surprised. So, this is all going to be authentic coverage of the new devlog, so super excited. Let's take a look here. So devlog Arcanist, Stoneshard Devlog. It says, hello everyone. In today's devlog, we are taking a look at the Arcanist, the new ability tree that will be added to the game with the upcoming major patch. The Arcanist is perhaps the most distinct form of sorcery, offering unique ways to control the battlefield, drawing power directly from the ether realm, the primal source of magical energies. This school will focus on manipulating space and, to a limited extent, time. Okay, I wonder. What an Arcanist lacks in direct damage, especially early on, it balances out with versatile tools for positioning and crowd control. The higher tier spells will even let you summon allies to aid you in battle. Let's go through it step by step. What? Alright. Like all... I don't even want to go down any further. I just want to... Give me a second. Like all magic schools, the Arcanist includes 14 abilities, 7 active, and 7 passives. So the very first one, let's just slowly go down, is going to be Dimensional Shift. Now, I'm just going to take a guesstimate here. Dodging, maybe, perhaps, sort of. Let's see here. What? Oh my god, that's so cool. It's a freaking displacement. You just switch his spots with the dude. Come here, Archer. Oh, that's pretty cool. Okay, anyway, this entry level spell lets you select 2 targets, including yourself, and then you teleport them, forcibly swapping their position. The spell deals a small amount of arcane. Does it show the arcane damage? 12 per person. Does it hurt us, I wonder? Anyway, the spell deals a small amount of arcane damage for each tile of distance between the targets, and has a moderate chance to confuse or daze them, while also applying stacking penalties to weapon damage, accuracy, and fumble for a few turns. This spell doesn't harm the caster, and can't be used on inanimate objects except the ones summoned by this ability tree, or giant targets such as bosses. And can't be used on bosses. Oh, okay, well, that kind of makes sense. I'm guessing bosses, not like mini bosses. Then we have Wormhole. That's a Wormhole skill. Oh, is this gonna... That's a beautiful look, though. They did an amazing job on the art on this. It's so good. Holy... Alright, so Wormhole. Okay. It forcibly puts him back to his starting point. Can you put it on the ground, I wonder? So this lets you select a target, including yourself, marking its tile and remembering its current position. And then after a few turns, the target will be returned to the marked tile or the closest available one, receiving significant arcane damage. Does it show the damage here? He falls back. Did not show the damage, but it's supposed to... It says significant arcane damage if it's already occupied. Wait, what? So after a few turns, the target will be returned to the marked tile, receiving significant arcane damage if it's already occupied. Making me wonder that... Okay, so if somebody walks into that tile, because how can you put an item in the same tile that you marked? I don't see how you're gonna utilize that. The spell doesn't go on cooldown until the mark expires, but during this time, recasting the spell removes the effect prematurely, returning the target to its original tile. This spell can't be used on inanimate objects except the ones summoned by the ability trees. So it's the same idea as the first one. And then we have Ether Shield. I think we've seen this one in the little teaser from yesterday. In fact, we sure did. It's a force field. What do you want? Creates a magical shield around the caster for a few turns. Don't look at the bottom screen. Creates a magic shield around the caster for a few turns, decreasing incoming damage and granting bonuses to control, bleed, and move resist. While the shield is active, teleporting prolongs the effect's duration and temporarily adds arcane damage to the caster's attack. While the shield is active, teleporting prolongs it. So if you were to use the first skill, I think, to move your character, it would just last longer. And also adds arcane damage to your attacks, which is pretty cool. The shield also converts a portion of the damage into energy and destroys any physical or magical projectiles that would hit the caster, preventing their damage and effects entirely. This includes thrown objects such as daggers, bombs, and hunting nets. Oh. And then finally, any target colliding with the shielded character will receive some arcane damage. Nice. Then we have Schism? Schism. Ooh. Show that again. Oh, yeah. That's a fat AoE right there. So Schism lets you select a 5x5 tile area, dealing arcane damage to all targets within. Afterwards, it knocks back all enemies in a 1-tile radius away from the area's center and pulls all enemies in a 2-tile radius towards it, forcing them to collide. Let's see if we can see this in action here. So I see some coming in and other ones moving away. Interesting. All affected enemies also have a chance to be staggered or immobilized. We have Stasis. I'm assuming this is just going to lock them in place. Let's find out for a fact. So Stasis essentially disables that target from the looks of it. So apply Stasis to a target for a few turns. While in Stasis, the target is immune to all damage types except for Arcane until the effect expires. Stasis also freezes all of the target's cooldowns and duration of other active effects. Essentially just literally put them in stasis. When stasis expires or is removed, any arcane damage received by the target over the course of the effect's duration is dealt in a 3x3 area with a chance to stun or immobilize all targets affected. I wish it would show that. It doesn't really seem to show it. This guy just gets hit in the back of the head by his buddy. It's too funny. Teleporting a target with stasis removes the effect prematurely and doubles the chances to stun and immobilize. This spell can't be used on inanimate objects except ones summoned by the ability tree or giant targets. Then we have Mana Crystal. It's a little helper. It's a freaking tower defense skill. Summons an inanimate magical crystal on the targeted tile. And this is where they were kind of hinting at up here, except those summoned by this ability tree. So anyway, summons an inanimate magical crystal on the targeted tile, which will persist for 8 turns. Each turn, the magic crystal shoots a bolt of arcane energy at the closest enemy, prioritizing ones with lower health. And you guys notice that we have new enemies with pickaxes inside of these caves? Oh ho ho. Anyway, teleporting the crystal causes it to shoot 3 arcane bolts, spreading them between random enemies within its range. The crystal's stats change dynamically depending on the caster. So I guess the higher level you are, the stronger this is going to be overall. Because 12 seems very low. Even though you look at the character and it's got pretty decent looking gear, this has to hit a lot harder than that. It's crazy. We have Fantasm. Fantasm. Ooh, what's this? Summons a Phantasm on the targeted tile, which will persist for 8 turns. The Phantasm is immune to all effects except for Wormhole and Stasis, which can move within a small area around the tile of summoning. The Phantasm attacks enemies within melee range, can be healed with the arcane damage, and its stats change dynamically depending on the caster's stats. Additionally, the Phantasm itself has access to the following abilities. Holy, it's got its own abilities? Okay, so there's Arcane Tether, a ranged ability that deals arcane damage and has a chance to pull targets to the adjacent tile. Mana Siphon, an empowered strike that burns the target's energy, transferring it to the caster. And then Consonance. Performed a miracle while casting Arcanist spells, prolongs the existence of the summoned Phantasm by 1 turn. Teleporting the Phantasm instantly refreshes its active's cooldowns and moves its tether tile to a new location. Very interesting. I wish they would showcase that, but they probably don't want to tease too much. Then underneath passive skills, we've got Arcane Might. Dealing arcane damage with attacks and spells grants bonuses to accuracy, fumble, backfire, crit chance, and miracle chance. So dealing arcane damage with attacks and spells will grant bonuses. I mean, having extra crit chance from this is pretty dope. Where does that one fall? Arcane Might? Let's look at this for a second. Curious. If you're trying to boost crit chance on a build. That's the Arcane Might spell? It's not too bad. It's pretty far up. Literally in the first tree. Okay. Then we have teleporting grants bonuses range spells for a few turns and reduces accumulated backfire damage. Then we have transcendental anchoring. I said that right. Teleports enemies, burns some of their energy, transferring it to the caster. Teleporting yourself or the entities summoned by the Arcanist reduces the cooldown of dimensional shift by 2 turns. There's Time Echo. Casting Wormhole on yourself and returning to the original tile will replenish 33% health and energy lost over the effect's duration. Casting Wormhole on enemies will deal additional arcane damage to them upon returning to the original tile, equal to 33% of the damage they received over the effect's duration. Astral Tides, successfully moving enemies with Schism or the summoned Phantasm. Arcane Tether lowers their magic and arcane resistance for a few turns. Failing to do so will instead deal additional arcane damage to them. So regardless if it does lower the resistance, you're going to do damage. Entropy Flare. Summoning a mana crystal grants its bonuses to range, damage, accuracy, and damage reflection for a few turns. Teleporting a mana crystal grants it bonuses to its range, to its damage, to its accuracy, and damage. Okay, I see it now. When it hits in melee, mana crystals and phantasms will now deal arcane damage to their attackers. Kind of like the reflection here. We have Ether Harmony. Every 10 turns performs a miracle when casting mana crystal. Instantly refreshes the spell's cooldown and reduces its energy cost until it's casted again. Every 10 turns, performing a miracle when casting mana crystal instantly refreshes the spell's cooldown. So long as you crit during it, or is it every 10 turns it'll just be a miracle? Reduces its energy cost and you can cast it again. Each currently summoned Arcanist entity grants the character bonus magical power and gradually reduces their backfire damage. Then we have Beyond the Veil. Casting Stasis on yourself no longer causes the character to take damage or receive debuffs when the effect expires. When in you can cast Stasis on yourself? Did I not read that earlier? When in Stasis, the character's cooldowns are no longer frozen, and the effect itself grants major bonuses to the Arcanist's power and miracle chance. When the effect expires, the character receives Between the Worlds for 1 turn, making them untargetable by aimed attacks and spells. As you can see, the Arcanist is a highly versatile. Oh my god, I just saw it. Holy. That's whatever that is. Let's not go out too deep here. As you can see, the Arcanist is a highly versatile school that opens up a wide range of tactical possibilities, perfect for complementing many existing builds or forming the foundation for an entirely new one. And to wrap things up, here's another small teaser. Oh my god, did you guys see it? What in the goodness? Oh my god. Wow. We got what are those things called in Tremors?
Graboids.
Graboids. We got Graboids. Golly, what is this? And plus they also tease like spiders hatching out of eggs, so that's gonna be a thing too. I don't know if that's gonna be a boss enemy or just a objective. Like, hey, go down here and clear the mine of this weird slug thing. Graboid, apparently. Wow. These skills were beyond what I was imagining. I mean, I had some inkling or some. It seemed like when you look at some of these skills that they had like a teleportation of some sort, and I was kind of right. There is skills in there that are going to be for teleportation. Some of them did in fact look like force fields. Kind of right on that one. Hit the ball or hit the nail on the head with this skill at least. What I didn't see though is the ability to, you know, put people in stasis. I didn't know what the hell that was. I just figured it was maybe like a, I don't even know anymore. This little crystal thing, did not know we were going to be playing defend the tower essentially, but that's pretty cool. We'll get to summon some little crystal shards, as well as summoning a ether version of yourself to help you deal damage. That's pretty cool. Not gonna lie. Awesome. Awesome. Well, I hope that y'all are excited, or as excited as I am, for the new Arcanist skill tree. As soon as this sucker drops, I'm trying it out. I'm so excited for it. Holy, it's so good. As always, I want to hear your comments and thoughts down below. I'm hoping y'all have just as much excitement built up as I do here, just to cover this here with you guys. Hopefully it's not going to be too much longer. If we've already got the devlog, then to me, we're probably going to be maybe a week, 2-3 weeks out, possibly, for the release date for this. At least hopefully. Hopefully sometime this month. I don't want to wait too much longer, and especially with the teaser to the caves down here. We already got the dudes, and we already got like a teaser for some of the additional enemies we're going to be facing, which is pretty dope. But yeah, like, comment, subscribe, share with your friends and family. I'll catch you all next time. Bye!